Hi, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while, but I've had the haunted house going in October, and leading up to October I was getting all that stuff ready, but now we're kind of starting to calm down, so I'm going to get started back on car stuff. This truck that I'm sitting in right now, you might recognize, it's my blue 95 GMC Sierra. It's the one that I did a burnout in until I blew a tire on a video a couple videos back. Ever since I did that, this thing's had an awful vibration whenever you go to accelerate. And it's kind of sketchy driving. I don't really drive it. I bought a new truck and this was just kind of been sitting. So my oldest daughter spoke up and said that she wants this to be her first car. So it saves me money. So I'm gonna get into it and start fixing all the little things that make it unreliable, like that. The air conditioner blower motor is not grounded good, so it hardly ever works. It needs a glove compartment door. Needs several things. Fuel gauge doesn't work, so I'm gonna put a new fuel pump and fuel sending unit and stuff in it. But today, we're tackling the vibration. I figured out what it is. I'm about to show you. Alright, so I found the culprit, I believe. If you look at these bolts, you can see that they've been like bashed against the end of the drive shaft here. You can feel that on the drive shaft. You can see that it's like mushroomed out there on both sides. So at first glance, it looks like maybe my rear end has turned, or the U-joints. Yeah, I would say it's probably turned. It looks like it's turned. But if you look in there and you see the shiny part right there, it looks like the U-joint has moved too, but that wouldn't make it get any closer. So it looks as though whenever I lowered this, something wasn't kosher and the rear end rotated. So I'm gonna move the jack stands and get the jack underneath this third member, jack up all of this and put it on jack stand so I can come in from the back and take a closer look. All right, y'all, so just like I figured, upon a further inspection, I figured it out. So you can see these scratches right here where this is supposed to be. That's supposed to be pulled all the way back here and go straight up from this up into this. And that keeps it from rotating back. And it appears this got bent somehow. You can see where the paint kind of chipped away there where it's been stressed. It got bent somehow and allowed the rear end to rotate. Both sides are like that. So I guess I gotta pull my U-joints apart, my U-bolt apart, jack this up some, bend that back out. And I don't really know what to do to keep that from happening again, unless I was to weld it to this, but then that's gonna make getting this thing apart a pain. But I don't know that I would ever need to pull it apart, and if I did, I would just have to deal with that then. So we'll see. I guess I'm gonna start by getting this jack stand underneath the frame, and then undoing these U-bolts and getting this rear end jacked up so that I can get that off and get it straightened out. And then I'm gonna have to go get new bolts and U-brackets or whatever for the rear end on this thing, for the U-joint where the drive shaft goes in, to replace those. All right, y'all. I took the flip kit piece off of the rear end, and that's what's broke. Both sides are supposed to be straight, like this side right here. This side over here, the bent side, is the back. So with that bent, it allowed the rear end to rotate, and then that made the U-joint caps start hitting and messed up a bunch of bolts, mushroomed out some metal and kind of whatever. So I'm gonna take this one off, bend it out straight, put it back in, take the other side off, bend it back out straight, put it back up, and then maybe weld something or something to keep that from happening again. There you go, we got it bent out pretty much straight. And another thing I noticed is whenever I started taking this apart, none of the bolts on the nuts on the U-bolts were really super tight. So I'm gonna make sure those are torqued down like they're supposed to be. And then get this all bolted back up, and then if I think I need to, after I get it all put back together, I might just go ahead and weld this to that top piece and deal with it later if I ever have to pull it off. I'm gonna do this, do the other side, and then we'll go drive it and see what happens. All right, we got her buttoned. We got her sitting back down on the ground. I'm about to go for a ride and see if that fixed the vibration. If it did, we can move on to some other problems. Feels better so far. So there you go, easy fix on the shutter, shake, vibration, whatever, acceleration. Keep watching. I'm gonna come up with some new videos for this thing. I want to get it done. I need an airbag, I need a vent for it, I need a glove box. I'm gonna put the stereo system back in here, the amp and the subs, and then start running through this thing. I might even get it painted for my daughter. We got a few years though before she's ready to drive. As for now, that's it. Keep watching, keep liking, subscribe if you're not, and watch for future videos.